Hi everyone, welcome back to Mikey's Monthly Market Update for July of 2025, covering Canyon County. I'm Market Mike Petras with MPRE Boise, powered by NextHome Treasure Valley. And if you've been up late scrolling Zillow, daydreaming about buying or selling a home, it's time to stop the guessing and get into the real data. This update is your behind the scenes look at what's actually happening in the Canyon County housing market, including cities like Nampa, Caldwell, Middleton, Parma, Greenleaf, and beyond. So if you live in Canyon County, are planning a move, or are tracking the market closely, this is your one-stop update for real numbers, real buyer and seller behavior, and real-time perspective, especially in the real estate place right here in the Treasure Valley. We're going to break down what sold, how fast it moved, how prices are shifting, what buyers are thinking, and how sellers are responding. And most importantly, what it means for you. Now, I won't be covering strategy if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest. I saved that for a separate breakdown covering both Ada and Canyon counties. And this month, just like every other, that strategy video is for subscribers only. So if you haven't hit it already, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and stay locked in. That full strategy guide drops this week. Now let's dive into the data. The median sold price for single family homes in Canyon County hit $439,990 in June, rising modestly from May's $433,490. That's a 1.48% increase month over month. And the larger recovery trend remains still intact. Prices are now up 3.43% from January of 2022, 10.12% above January of 2023, 9.09% above January 2024, and 3.41% since the start of 2025. While we're still about 7.7% below the market peak from mid-22, the steady rebound signals a market that's finding its footing even when not sprinting towards new highs. That gap from the peak tells us that the market is still adjusting. We've regained a lot of ground since the 2022 correction, but buyers are clearly more measured and sellers are being forced to price smarter. We're not likely to see runaway growth unless inventory tightens dramatically or affordability improves, but for now, prices are holding their own. So let's zoom in on this. Let's zoom in on existing homes to start. Well, the median home sold price for existing homes in June was sitting at $401,900. That's a 1.98% dip from May's $430,500. While that pullback is worth watching, the long-term data is still strong. Prices are up 3% from January of 2022, 15.7% above January of 2023, and up 4.21% from January of 2024. Even since January of this year, we're still up 1.72%. Compared to the market peak, existing homes are only now 5.43% below, making this the most stable segment in the county. This kind of mid-year softening is not unusual, especially when rates are sticky and affordability gets tight. It doesn't mean the floor is falling out, but it just shows that buyers are being pickier, and sellers may need to reset their expectations heading into summer. Shifting to new construction, the median price jumped to $479,995 in June. That's a whopping 6.25% increase from May's $451,500. That's a strong rebound after a flat spring. But do I think it's going to last? We'll have to wait and see. But compared to past benchmarks, new builds are now 3.12% higher than January of 2022, 13.45% above January 2023, 15.63% above January 2024, and up 6% just from the start of this year. But we're still sitting about 12.5% below the 2022 peak. This shows just how much new construction has to claw back compared to existing homes. But this recent bump signals that builders are not afraid to raise prices when demand shows up. If this trend holds into July, we could see builders start trimming the incentives they've been offering and holding firm on pricing. But if buyers push back, we may swing right back into discount territory. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's talk about that inventory. Well, in June, Canyon County had 1,240 active single-family listings, with 706 homes under contract and 484 closings. That puts us at a total inventory of 2.56 months, a slight increase from May, but still in a range that supports sellers if the home is positioned well. Breaking it down further, existing homes are sitting at 2.29 months of inventory, which means they're still moving well when priced and marketed correctly, and new construction has now climbed to 2.98 months, the highest we've seen in a while. That increase is driven by completed specs hitting the market at a slightly slower absorption rate. This inventory growth in new construction could be the early indicator of price pressure later this summer. Builders may be willing to test higher pricing for now, but if absorption doesn't keep pace, we'll likely see a wave of new incentives or more aggressive pricing strategies. Turning now to buyer behavior, the average days on market in June was sitting at 40 days, down slightly from 42 days in May. This suggests that buyers are still active, but they're not rushing. They're being strategic. Homes that are priced right and show well are still selling in just over a month. If the days on market trends upward in July, it could signal hesitation, but for now, the pace is steady. What about the seller's behavior? Well, let's take a look at that, the cancels and expireds. Well, there's 123 listings that were canceled in June, which is a moderate increase from May and tells us more sellers are testing the market and stepping back quickly if they don't get the response they want. And at the same time, we only had 10 expired listings, meaning most homes that don't sell are being pulled proactively, not sitting out the clock. This shows sellers are staying engaged and are quick to adjust to buyer feedback. So given all this data, what should you be watching for? Well, the big ones are inventory and days on market, especially for new construction. If we push past 3 months of inventory and 45 plus days on market, that could shift the tone of pricing very quickly. On the resale side, keep an eye out whether the dip we just saw continues. If existing homes fall for a second straight month, it could start to influence the overall pricing sentiment countywide. And now, here's what to do next. If you're serious about buying, selling, or investing in Ada or Canyon County, make sure you hit the subscribe button to this channel right now and hit the notification bell, because the best strategies on how to successfully buy, sell, and invest for July of 2025 will only be available for subscribers. In that upcoming video, I'm going to cover timing, pricing, negotiation tactics, and how to position yourself for success in today's market. But you'll need to be subscribed to access it. Also, if you're relocating to the Treasure Valley or planning to make a move within Canyon County, make sure to grab my free relocation guide. It's loaded with insights on neighborhoods, schools, and helpful tips to help you plan a smart move. You can find it in the description below, or just scan the QR code right over here to my left to download it instantly. Well, once again, I'm Market Mike Petras with MPRE Boise, powered by NextHome Treasure Valley, and this has been your July 2025 Canyon County Market Update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon in the full strategy breakdown for July of 2025. God bless, and I look forward to the day that I call you my neighbor.